I would not mention anything about being dismissed.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any other query, Grace?
At the moment, no, but I would like to
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you for the good work you're doing.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
you're really doing an amazing job.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I
You're
don't take that
welcome.
lightly. Asante sana. I'd like to,
Karibu.
before you leave, Grace, I'd like
Yeah,
to hear Charity's remarks. So I would
okay.
assume um, you've gone for an interview and Charity asks and you say that you are not terminated. Maria, what did you say? She should say that she left.
Yeah, she should say she left or the contract was ended or something. Asiseme alikuwa dismissed.
Okay.
Okay. Charity, what do you think as a HR? If someone
Well,
comes in and what if somebody, the question should be, mtu akikuja
mhm.
kuambie I was fired as a HR. What do you think?
Okay. As an HR, okay, being for some time. Someone ananiambia ati alifutwa. I personally don't believe in asking so much. You get, there are those HRs like they ask unnecessary things. Ulifutwa kwa nini? Why did you do this? You get, you just want to know
Mm-hmm.
their history, why they don't work there. Sometimes things go south and unajipata haya umekuwa terminated. So akiniambia tu like umefutwa, I'll just go on with the interview. Maybe it was something sensitive or maybe something aliekelewa or office politics made her afutwe job, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
it was even her fault, of which we
Mm-hmm.
can't blame because already ashafutwa. So the main aim is to get to know this person. If maybe this person, yes, she was fired, but she has the skills we are looking for, that cannot hinder us from hiring her. Maybe she has the skills, the qualifications that I'm looking for. She can express herself very well. She can do the work I'm looking for. Then why not hire her? Why not hire her for the role? Actually, like I normally say, as Maya has said, don't mention that. Don't. To maybe to other HRs, they can take that as a red flag. But yeah, I can say don't mention that. But if you mention it, for me, I like to ignore that part. Yeah.
All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Grace, what would you do? What do you usually do? What
Well,
have
okay.
you ever done?
Okay. What happened? I
Mm.
I lost my job in August. Yeah, I was working for a bank and then some fraud happened and I happened to lose my
Mm.
job. Yeah, so
Mm.
I was invited to another bank for an interview, which I failed because I disclosed that I was dismissed by my former employer.
Mm.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
was thinking maybe if the HRs do the background checks, they normally maybe the HR of the company I was working for maybe disclosed something to do with what had happened and maybe I ended up not getting the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think their response will really help me in future. At least I'll have something to say.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
All right. I kind of feel that it's unfair as a HR if you're going to disqualify someone for being terminated. However, some positions, integrity matters,
yeah,
especially in banks,
sure.
microfinances where money is involved.
Yeah,
Integrity really matters. So sometimes you may not be fully or rather directly involved in fraud, but the fact that you're fired among the team,
yeah,
probably you neglected something, or maybe
yeah,
you overlooked something, you know,
yeah,
you may have overlooked, or maybe someone on the team may have actually played you, you know, but you end
yeah,
up being fired. So I don't think it's fair for any HR to discriminate you, not giving you a job because of that. But at the same time, I think with some companies, especially like the banks where money is involved, I think, yeah, if you disclose that, you may not get a job. However, in
Yeah.
most cases, banks and other companies will do a background check on you. So what happens if they do realize that you didn't give the correct information? What's going to happen? Or are we saying, what do you guys think on the comment section? I love this conversation. Ama tuseme whichever wins is fine, eh? Wajue tu ni sawa. What do you guys think on the comment section? Tell me what you think. What do you
As
think?
they say, I also think
Yes.
you should read the mood of the HR. Yani,
Yeah.
by
Mm.
the time mnafika hapo pa kujua what mtakuwa mmeongea, so you should be able to read the environment, the mood of that HR. Ni mtu wa aina gani? What can I disclose? What can't I disclose? Cause yeah, for some HR is an issue, cause that's discrimination. For some HR
Yeah.
is an issue depending on what job you're applying for. So I think you should just read the mood of the room, and then probably make a judgment whether to say or not. Because also, as Nyawera is saying, in some jobs we do background checks, and if we do a background check and then we realize something like that,
Mm.
most probably it turns out not to be so very good, Bado. So it
Mm.
depends a lot on who are you interacting with. I think for
Mm.
me, that is what I would check most. Who am I interacting with, so that I know how far is too far in my information giving.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying this, being a victim. Grace, I was a victim. I wasn't terminated. Luckily, I left. But I've told you guys here several times, I had a very interesting boss who, every time I used to sit next to him, and I was a HR, and every time someone would call, probably a HR calls for background check, the first thing he would say, he was white. That guy is a thief. And I'm the HR, I'm thinking, Ali Banini, I don't remember of any cases. I never solved anything. This person just left work. So every time anybody, any HR, any company that called, it was like, don't hire that one, is a thief. The word they used to get every time, that person is a thief. So I'm just imagining, some bosses will just be like, they'll just say things to probably not get you hired, maybe because they have a grudge, just because you left. They don't want you to leave, so they may end up, they may mess you up. They may really mess you up. So I'm thinking, what's the correct thing to do? Do you disclose? Do you not disclose? Ama tutumie Mungu? I don't know. Charity, wewe unafilaje hii story?
I personally, I will not disclose such information to an HR because
Mm,
before nifike hapa pali nimefika, I've been, even though we are HRs, we have been to interviews with HRs, and most
mm,
of us can attest. Some HRs out there, they take their
mm,
position, how can I say, ni wao kusema. So they are going to
mm,
mistreat you in that position, in that interview, just because you're
mm.
looking for a job. Now imagine
Yeah.
finding that HR that who's gonna torture you in that interview,
Mm,
and then ajue you were fired because of something like that. That person will even tell you you're not even fired. That person will even ignore you from that moment until the time we're okay. So
mm,
maybe just don't disclose it. Yeah, just don't even mention that you are fired. Just continue with the interview. For a serious
mhm,
HR or for a serious interviewer, won't be much bothered of why were you fired. Cause that's not the question in the picture. You are here because you are
mhm,
looking for a certain skill or for a certain qualification. You are not here to ask so many questions about
mhm,
this person past. That is not
mhm,
work related or anything else. Yeah.
mhm. All right. Okay. Grace, what shall you do in the future?
In the future, I think going
Mm.
forward now, I'll be saying maybe the contract ended. Yeah, to see whether I'll get a chance because out there things are really tough.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
All right. Okay.
yeah,
I totally get you. I was trying to create a conversation. Let me tell you something. When HRs are taking interviews every time, just like Maria and Charity said, red flags. So,
yeah,
if someone was fired, we are judgmental. Human beings are just judgmental. And when you're
yeah,
taking interviews, you're trying to find the best among them all. So mwenye alifutwa juu ya fraud na mwenye amekuwa kazi anafanya tu vizuri, anataka maybe kuchange, anataka kugrow, si ndio? Wewe kama
yeah.
HR unapatia nani kazi? Mimi sijasema udanganye.
Eh?
Mimi sijasema
Tumesema we be
udanganye.
wise. We be
Nimesema,
wise.
nimeuliza tu swali. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Wow. All right,
Mm.
Grace. I hope you got something.
Yeah, I got something.
Are you
Thank
satisfied?
you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you for being
Mm.
here.
All right.
Who? The HR at the moment is working for the company. Of course, they're trying to find the right candidate. So it makes sense. Some of them end up asking conduct for 1 year for mabosi. Yeah, they do. They may contact your former employer. That happens. That happens. So I think vile tu Maria alisema, so Mahmood, I'm not telling you to lie. I love this page with all my heart. I mean, you're such a gem. Thank you so much, Wesley. But are not disclosed. So everyone feels that we should not disclose. Okay. What's the best answer to give to a recruiter who asks, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Who? Ndio kufika saa hii Aki. Karibu sana. Maria sijui ameenda wapi. She'll be back. Charity, utajibu hiyo swali? Utajibu hiyo swali? Anauliza, what's the best answer to give a recruiter who asks, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What kind of an answer would you expect? What's the best answer for that question? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Because I ask everybody that question. But then, hi to you. If I interviewed you today, do you have anyone that I had interviews with today? Anybody that I interviewed today? Tanione kama wamekuja kwa live. So over to you, Charity. How do you respond to that?
Okay, first, I also ask this questions niki-interview mtu cause my
Mm-hmm.
mentality of this question mutaka kuona where do you
Mm,
see yourself? Do you want to just
mm,
come get be comfortable, get salary every
mm,
month and
mm,
retain in the same
mm-mm.
position? Let's say we are hiring you as an assistant.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay there like an assistant for the next 5 years? Like, are you going to
Yes.
be hired and be in your ball zone for the next 5 years? Then you won't be
Mm,
productive to us because you want
yes.
someone as much as you hire you as an assistant, one day your supervisor or your manager will have to leave. Well, would you have shown us the work and and the effort for us to pandisha you on the next stage? So
Mm-hmm.
this question needs someone needs to answer with a lot of mindset and a lot of positivity
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of truthness where like
All right.
mwenyewe
Mm-hmm.
utajiona wapi in the next 5 years. If we give you this job, utajiona wapi in the next 5 years? Are you going to work hard so that we even promote you within 2 years, leave alone the five
Mm,
years so that in the
yes.
5 years you are a totally different like person from the one we hired. You have gained a lot, you have
Mm,
so much experience, you have given us so much, like a lot. You are like you are that employee that we fear losing because you bring a lot to the company.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Simply just like Charity said, The question is just meant to, anytime that question is posed at you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I want to hear your comments, guys. What do you think this employer, or rather HR, is trying to get from you? Why do you think this question? It's a mind game, okay? It's a mind game. When someone asks you, where do you think you're gonna be in the next 5 years? What exactly are they trying to ask you? Someone tell us. What do you think they're trying to ask you? What's the reason why? What's the reason behind this question? Acha nione kama kuna mtu anaiona. Fungua macho kidogo. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Anajaribu kuuliza nini? 5 years. Anakupima nini? Kuna kitu anapima. Anatafuta nini? Anyone? Any answer is allowed, eh? There's no wrong answer here. The employer wants an employee who grows with the company. Yeah. Who else? Another answer. Any other answer? To know if you'll add any value in the company or not. Your ambition, goals, personal growth. Probably they're trying to find out why they should hire you. You're all right. Eh? If you can be an asset to the company in the future, your ability to grow. Yes. Oh my God, yes. All that. Maria, jibu hii swali. And tuambie kama kuna mtu amepata hii jibu, eh? When a company asks you where you're gonna be in the next 5 years, wanatafuta nini? Wanatafuta nini, Maria? KPSC walifanya ile kitu lakini umerudi. To know if you are an open-minded person, the contribution you'll make towards the company. Oh my God, you guys are smart. What if someone apply without experience? Tony, that's a different angle. The ability to grow. Maria. Jibu. Wanaona jo, wamepata. Oh my God, many anasema check your value as an employee. Woo. Okay.
Wako sahi.
Sasa
Aha.
mimi
Oh
naona
my
nyinyi
God.
wote mmepita. Nyinyi wote mnajua why tunaulizanga hiyo swali. We just want to know what value will you add to the company 5 years from now. Ama tukikuandika leo vile umekuja leo, 10 years
Mm-hmm.
later bado tuko hivo, 5 years later bado tuko hivo.
Mm-hmm.
If you are keen on your personal development, I'm sure
Mm.
even in the company we will develop. But
Yes.
if a person is not keen on their personal development, I'm sure 5 years from now bado tutakuwa tunaulizana ile kitu tunaulizana 3 months. Nikikuandika after 3 months, hiyo kitu tunaulizana ndo tutaulizana 5 years later, and that's not the kind of person I want. I want a person
Mm.
who if I hire, we will have a time for knowing each other, kujua mambo za policies za company for like 6 months to an year. Then from
Mm.
there ni mtu amejituma, so yeye ndo anatafuta, yeye ndo anataka kuimprove, yeye ndo amejua kumbe mtu akipata degree anaweza kuwa director wa HR, so anataka kutoka HR assistant aende director. You see, mtu
Yes.
anajituma that way. Hao
Mm.
watu wanajituma, as anajituma pia kampuni ina rise, and that is what every
Yes.
employer wants. Yes.
Yes. I also want to ask, thank you, Maria, and Charity, what is the worst answer that you could ever give when such a question is asked? What shall you ever, never, ever, ever, ever say when that question is posed at you? I want to learn.
Yeah,
Someone say it.
Let me
Yes,
start.
Charity.
there's something
Yes, Charity.
there's an answer I've remembered. One candidate
Yeah.
told until I laughed. Nilicheka akaona nika nimeshikwa na wazimu. Aliniambia
Yeah.
in the next years aliniambia he wants to buy a Mazda CX-5. That was his answer. Imagine.
Can I
His
laugh?
main aim was
God. Hmm.
imagine his main aim was to buy a car. A
Oh my
Mazda
God.
CX-5. I asked him, are you serious?
Yani, in the
Haya,
next 5 years, akona dreams.
mimi the worst answer I have ever got
Yes.
Aliniambia he wants to get
Mm-hmm.
married and have
Hey.
5 children. And I'm like, God, hold me. Nilishindwa kucheka, as in sikujua nifanye nini. Cause
Oh my
really,
God.
anataka kukuwa married na apate 5 children.
Oh my
Guys,
God. Oh wow.
nilikuwa tu hapo nimeshtuka. Like, hata nilimwangalia for like 5 seconds. Nashindwa nimuulize, niongee, like what do I do? So I just let it slide, but until now I always wonder, like mpaka najiulizanga alioa, like kama yon alioa, alipata watoto watano, like what happened?
And you achieve goals. Aki Joe Palmist. Thank you so much for the roses. Asante. 48 of them. Thank you so much. He, he. Lakini hawa watu wako na dreams eh? Mazda CX-5, mwingine 5 children. Nye kumbe men who dream of kids. I thought this is us women thinking about
Right?
babies and how many we want.
I know,
Men also
right?
plan.
But that one
Ha,
was planning 5, not just
tano.
5 kids na wife.
Huyu ni African man. African man. Every year
And then,
moja.
and then this guy, imagine this guy asking about his salary. He's giving me figures in dollars. He wants to be paid in dollars.
Woo! I love that. No, I love
Big
that.
man.
My God. My goodness. I want to see from the team here, from the comment section, what should you never, I want to hear you guys mention. What are the answers that you should not give when someone asks you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? That's not being lacha tuone kama kuna mtu alijibu. What should you never say? Someone says advise on optimize CV and where to get necessary tools to optimize a CV and how to ATS. Minaza, if you'd like a CV and a cover letter, get in touch with me. We'll give you an ATS, but we'll explain to you. We'll explain to you how the ATS system works in a few. So anyone on the comment section interested in a CV and a cover letter, feel free to reach out to 0702 Minaza, take the number 0702 622 961 961. Then guys, you have to tap, otherwise tutaanza kuhang, si ndio? Make sure you're tapping. Kaa kidogo una tap kaa kidogo una tap, ukikaa kidogo una tap. All right. To move company on a step, what answers, Maria, probably give me, repeat the number kabla ni, okay, Maria, kabla nikipatia Minaza number, I would like you to probably give us 5 also charity, 5 answers that no one should ever give when asked where they see themselves in the next maybe 5, 10 years, 2 years, the ones that they should never give, the ones that you have received and you wish people should not use. Minaza, my number is 0702 622 961 961. We'll give you a CV and a cover letter, and we do it at Kenya shillings 2,000. Okay. But also, if you're here, today is your first time, say hi. And number 2, if you're here, I also give free CV review. If you'd like me to check your CV and tell you if the CV is good, or rather if you need to consider rework of that CV, just drop your CV. And especially if you've been looking for a job for such a long time, you've not been able to get a job, drop your CV on that WhatsApp number and say, Nyawera, kindly review my CV. I will check that CV free of charge. No charges. The only time we charge is if we have to do that CV for you. We do it at 2K and you get a cover letter. Okay. So I'll give you the number again, 07. So just drop the CV saying, Nyawe, kindly check. And it's free. All right. Checking is free. And I'll let you know what the issue is. And if the CV is good, I'll tell you the CV is good. Okay. All right. So the number is 0702 622 961 or 961. Okay, 961. All right. Can you tell hiring manager that you want to be seated where he or she is seated in the next 5 years? Hiyo tutajibiwa sahii na HRs. Hiyo tunaachia Charity atuambie. Which position do you prefer hiring a teacher because you are made to believe with fit in the education? All right, we give that. But then ulize hiyo swali tutajibu. For my case, you should never talk about your personal goals. All right. Okay, I love that. You should never talk about your personal goals when that question is posed at you. Nani alikuwa najibu? Oh yeah, you're both meant to answer the 5 answers nobody should ever give. Maybe shaipatiwa lakini you wish nobody should ever give. If asked, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What are the worst you've ever had and you wish nobody ever had to answer it that way? Tuanze na Maria.
Number one ni hiyo ya watoto. That one for me, it just carried the day. Cause now, how do you tell me about? Cause I almost asked that person, unataka unioe, ama why are you telling me that as a goal? But anyway, that is number one. Number two, another one told me ati anataka kuajiriwa in another company, so anatafuta experience.
Interesting.
That one too.
Huh?
I was like, okay, yeah, hana
Wow.
experience. So since sisi kampuni yetu ni kama tumelegeza rules ama qualifications, so anataka apate experience so that anaweza fika kwa hiyo kampuni anataka. So in the next 5 years anataka kukua in that company. Haya, number 3, something else a person has ever told me nikashtuka, hata mimi ni hiyo ya truck. That one wanted to own a truck, ile ya 24 wheels. So, and mind you, he was interviewing for a teacher position. But his goal, he wants to get that 24-wheel truck.
Oh, wow.
So for me, it was a good goal, but it didn't align. According to me, it didn't align with things, the situations. So for me, that's why it became a little bit ish. Another one I've had, and this one threw me off. Hiyo by the way,
Okay.
hiyo ilinithrow mpaka hey, some of these things, by the way, you guys tell us, we think about them years later and we are still wondering. So hiyo nayo huyo aliniambia in the nilimuuliza where he would want to be in the next 3 years, 5 years and 10 years. So 3 years akasema, we were interviewing for a accounts position. So 3 years akasema anataka kukua amemaliza CPA K. That was fine. 5 years akasema anataka kukua amemaliza BCom. That was fine. 10 years akaniambia anataka kukua amefanya law. So
Aje sasa.
yes, exactly.
It makes
So
sense.
nilikuwa I was just there mpaka nikamuuliza, mbona unataka kufanya mpaka degree ya BCom then ufanye law? And how is it gonna be possible to do law in 5 years na ukue, so that one threw me off. So in fact hiyo interview iliishianga tu hapo, cause huyo ni mtu tu ana priorities zake ama thought line yake tukiileta kwa hiyo job I don't know. So that one just threw me off kabisa, and interview in fact iliishianga hapo. Nilimwambianga, thank you for coming, we shall contact you, and we surely did with a regret.
Na sasa huyu mwenye anasema anataka kukalia kiti, huyu nao unamwambia aje anataka hiyo kiti yako? She's a HR, amekuja for an interview. In the next 5 years wataka hiyo kiti yako.
Unajua hiyo nimeiavoid juu nimewahi ambiwa, and I just laughed and moved on.
But it's a dream.
Which is okay. That's why I laughed and moved on, because it's valid. But hey, pia mi nataka pesa, So maybe
Utaipata kiti
tukue
yako.
HR wawili. wezi niambia unataka kiti yangu. We tutafute njia ingine ya we kupata kazi. I mean, okay, according to me personally, human I have a human face in my
Yeah.
dealings. I have a human face. So I wouldn't expect kuna mtu anaweza taka
Yeah.
like for example nikuambie nyawe inataka kukutoa hapo nikuwe nasoma jobs like really. Unajua
Unasema.
there is a human aspect
Mhm.
for me. There is a human aspect. Yeah,
Mm.
if I want to be in your position, I'd rather we collaborate. Cause
Mm.
kukutoa hapo is being so selfish. I mean,
Mm.
kwani wewe utadu? Like wewe
Yeah.
ni HR, wewe utadu? Wewe hiyo pesa unatafuta hapo juu wewe ni HR unatafuta pesa. Atadu, huyo HR atadu. So I would rather kukuwe na collaboration ama hata heri
Mhm.
muongee akuwe na kama assistant akuweke ama you know
Mhm.
something, lakini especially kumwambia direct. By the way, if you ever tell any recruiter ama any CEO or director or manager at in the next 5 years I want to be where you are seated, you can be
Mhm.
sure your job hutapata, but you
Mhm.
can use other, you can phrase it differently na isitoke hivyo, isitoke selfishly, itoke like a good goal, cause it's a good goal, it's a good thing to want to climb, it's a good
Mhm.
thing to want to grow, but there is a way you put it so that it doesn't come across as selfish and it doesn't come across as where you are better than the one who is interviewing you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Maria. I'm so sorry. I am laughing. It's Nyawera who's killing me here. She's saying fechas wa mnajionea. Ati mimi nishaienda wig ikaanguka. HR encouraged me and I actually got the job. Sawa tu, si ni kofia tu. Whew, my goodness. There was Washuka saying, how can I reach you, Nyawera? Washuka namba yangu is 070702 0702 622 961 0702 622 961. Feel free to reach out. You can drop your CV on my WhatsApp. But okay. Just before I get to Charity, there's someone who's saying, holy shit, anasema, see you also grow to another level. Aha, Maria, holy shit, and I feel, kama mtu anataka kuchukua kiti yako, shouldn't you be open to grow to another position, rather a higher position, or even leave this company and move to another company? Is it too bad if someone says, I want to be on your seat? What do you guys think also in the comment section? If someone says, in the next 5 years, I want to be where you are, I want to grow to a level, probably maybe even when you're seated on. What do you guys think about that? Maria, Jibo.
Yeah, I will grow. I will grow, and I imagine if I grew, I would consider you. But how you phrase it is how it is what matters.
Okay.
Because people don't hear what you say, they hear how you say it. Get that? people
Mm,
hear People don't hear what you say, they hear how you say it. So how you
yeah.
say it, that is a good goal, but how you say it will determine whether tutakuwa on the right footing ama on the wrong footing. But
Mhm.
loving growth is awesome, is good.
Mm.
Hakuna mtu apendi kugrow.
Okay. Wacha nisome comments. 5 years wewe utakuwa umegrow. Utakuwa umegrow, hiyo ni swali. I sent my CV. This is Benimeni. I'll look at your CV right after. I'll give you a response. The tone in your voice as you say it. Okay. So that's Grace saying that the tone also really matters. Then Margaret says that make sure it doesn't sound like you're being competitive. Then there's somebody wrote, it was Anne. What if I say I dream to be in a senior most seat or a position in that field? Maria, what do you think? Nakisema hivyo? Okay, I lost Maria. Oh, she's back.
Akisema hivyo, I
Mm-hmm.
think akisema hivyo ni sawa, cause that's a good dream. That's a good
Okay.
cause. Hata mimi nitakaa hapo nikifikiria, oh, sasa juu anataka kukua hivyo, even me now I
Mm,
will start, it will challenge me to want
mm,
to to
mm,
grow or yeah. So I think personally phrasing, how you phrase it
mm,
really matters. But wanting
mm,
to be on my seat, I have no
mm,
problem. I have
mm.
no
Lakini
problem
kuja
whatsoever.
polepole.
Lakini
Usilete
we vile
competition hivyo.
unaniambia hiyo, niambie tu vizuri, haina shida. Haina shida ukitaka kukua kwa seat yangu,
Eh,
but
eh,
how you say it, cause anyway, however you say it, I'll get the message, but
mm,
it will either bring out the positive side of me or a negative side of me. And you see, recruiters are humans. Kuna recruiters, we, out here, you don't joke.
yeah, amefaitia hiyo kiti. All right,
Yeah,
Charity. Sorry, Maria. Sorry. Yes, maliza Maria.
I'm saying not all recruiters have a good heart. Not all recruiters would take some things positively. Not all
Mm,
take some of those things. Kuna wengine wataichukulia very serious.
yeah.
So mind how you phrase it. Just mind how you phrase it.
Thank you, Maria. Charity, your take? And also, if you have anyone on the comment
Well, on
section
that,
that would like to say something, sorry, Charity, in regards to this, feel free to request to kuja guest. Na tunangoja the 6th, mwende mniletea the 6th. Mtafutieni yeye na Mufasa. Mufasa should be on his way back to Nairobi. Um, but inatafuta the 6th. Kama uko hapa 6th, nisalimie nije uko hapa. Charity, sorry.
well, on that question, just as Maya has said, it all depends on how someone asks. Someone, there's a time I was interviewing for HR supervisor, and that person said, in the next 3 years, I want to be in that seat. I was like, are you even serious? But I told that person, if you want to be here in the next 3 years,
Mm-hmm,
then I hope the person will be there will have outgrown. I personally tell people, if you want to be in my seat, then it's okay. Come take it. Because I know
mm-hmm,
I myself, I'm even working as much as possible to get out of that
mm-hmm,
seat to go to
mm-hmm,
another seat. So by the time this person is coming back taking the seat that I left, mi nishatoka hapo kitambo sana. I'm way
mm-hmm.
ahead. So
Okay.
I actually like telling people that is if you want maybe the seat or the job I'm doing for, it's okay, but you have to work for it. Because definitely
Mm,
having it, if maybe let's say I myself, my employer sees my hard work and everything, taking that seat will be very hard unless you prove yourself in another level. And that's what I
mm,
tell people, of which it's something I've seen. People come in and the person who's there maybe ako tu hafanyi job yake, he was given that role, became
mhm,
reluctant, anajua kona payroll end month, doesn't do anything. So when someone new comes in and the boss recognizes this person work, and that's how the previous person gets fired. That's because
okay.
let's say it all comes down to you. How's your work? Are you that one asset in that company that the boss fears losing you a lot? So if you are
Mhm,
that, then you can't be threatened by someone you are interviewing at, I'll come take your job. You are confident that no one can take my job because my boss knows my job. My boss knows my hard work. He knows
Mhm.
even if like Charity akitoka hapa, we are going to have a very hard time finding someone who can match up to what she was doing.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Now speak from the other side as an employer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I hope and pray that I'll find people that will think like me, see it the way I see it, work with me as I want, and people that are will share their initiatives with me. People that are not afraid. And if there's something, there's this. There was a time I watched a movie, and there was this young man, and every time he went to his father's office, everyone would just be smiling, and he kept on saying fake smiles, fake smiles. If there's something I honestly dislike, is fake smiles at work. Who told us and who taught us that when you see your senior, you smile? Who taught us to do that? Do you have you?